Okay, my phone's doing something really strange. When I turn it sideways and I try to zoom in, it turns off. It's really annoying me. So I won't. So you can see that wire there. You see that metal wire? I'm gonna point to it with my finger, like approximately. It's above my fingernail right there. That's a wire going across. That wire goes across, and it goes to this. It's there. Now it also touches that metal washer there, but I don't think there's a metal piece going up through this, because then that would be connecting all this together, right? I don't think that does that. In fact, I screwed the screw into the bottom of this that goes into there, and I didn't see any metal going all the way up, connecting it, to this. So I think that's all separate. Now, I'm noticing there's a lot of power, a lot of energy in the wimshurst machine. What I mean is that it's interacting with space, and it's drawing a lot of energy in from space, right? It's drawing a lot of energy in. Now, that energy it's drawing in, a lot of people use the words like static electricity, right? But what I have learned about energy in space is that there's virtual particle flux fields, tachyon waves, gravity waves, dark energy, dark matter. There's a lot of different words for, I don't know if you want to call it gravity waves or gravitational energy. A lot of these words are interchanged when I read about energy. A lot of these words are used interchangeably oftentimes. So anyway, I'm a little frustrated that the video keeps getting interrupted. The camera turned off on me multiple times right now. I guess I'm still learning about the limitations of my iPhone 13 Pro Max phone, because I would not have expected it to stop recording video just by turning it sideways and zooming in. But it did it 3 times, so I don't know if we'd call that a glitch, but I certainly did not tell it to stop recording. So I'm sure that'll be worked out quickly though. So anyway, just looking at this machine, I think it's really interesting that it seems like for this to work, well, at least the way it does with sparking, that it requires these to come in on both sides. What I'm wondering is, since these are so easy to move, is what if I move one away and I just have one capacitor plate running with one collector, and then the other capacitor running with the other side, and this one pulled away, right? And I could easily do that, but just by turning this. So that is something I can test, and I can actually make videos of testing that. But again, I'm just testing the spark. The question I have is, if I want to charge a battery, and someone was telling me, if you want to charge batteries with your wimshurst machine, just disconnect the capacitors, right? Disconnect the capacitors like that. That's how I disconnect them. And I can move these away, right? These can be slid out of the way like this. So I can disconnect both of the capacitors and then just go directly into what? A full wave bridge rectifier to make sure we're getting DC, and then go into like a AA battery and see if anything happens. I could try that. But just looking at this machine and knowing how much energy is here, and you can really hear it if you pull these two away. If you pull these away from each other, in fact, I'm going to try something different right now. The capacitors are disconnected. I'm going to spin this and see if we can hear the energy. I know when the capacitors are connected, we can hear it. Oh, wow. I mean, I don't know if you could hear that, but it was really loud. I want to see if it'll spark with the capacitors not connected. So that's the spark we're getting. It's different, isn't it? So that's what the capacitor is not connected. There's a lot of different tests we can do. Now, before I ever touch the machine, I have to make sure I touch the spheres together, okay? And then I can touch this. I always do it quickly at first to make sure. So right now I'm going to connect one capacitor, just one, which is interesting. I heard a spark when I connected that. I heard it spark. So now we just have one capacitor connected. I'm going to see if anything changed now, just by with one connected. Let's see if this spark changes. Wow. Let me close my door. That's an AC capacitor right there, a very, very high voltage one. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm going to stop the machine. I'm going to touch these together, and then I'm going to lift this one up and bring this one down, because sometimes there's a difference depending on which one is facing the other one, right? So now we'll leave this one on top and this one coming in from the side and see if that's any different. Okay, so we did that. Now again, that's with one capacitor connected and one not connected. Okay, what was the other experiment I wanted to try? I think what we were doing is running this without anything connected and running these up. And I wanted you to just hear the energy, just to hear the energy of the machine.